Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're sat in Switzerland at a very busy crossing just to the south of Spiez. One of the crossings, the timing is impeccable. Well, I say that, we could probably choose any time to sit here, and at some point a train's going to come by. It's very busy, far busier than it was when we first created these tracks and allowed this road to be a crossing. Oh, it's the one of the mountain railways that are coming past. Well, not one of the mountain railways. That would be the entire railway, wouldn't it? Heading by. That's not right. No, that was one of the services running the mountain railway. Which is great. Our old trucks are doing their business. I'm probably going to leave them like that. You know, not every company can afford to upgrade their trucks all the time. Add something different to the map. Now, some of you may notice the shadows are a bit longer. And if you didn't notice, the reason oh, what's going on there? The reason being, I've installed a morning mod. It's a morning time mod. Very nice. It is too. The game doesn't quite do it justice. Oh, there goes the express. There's there's just something not quite right with how it renders shadows, and you'll see. It looks good in places though. For screenshots, it's amazing. I thought we'd change things up a bit though today. It was supposed to be. There goes another train. I thought it'd be nice to change things up. As the previous episode, I said we're going to relax and do something like this. And what ended up happening is I decided to build another station, which is fine. Oh, there goes our train back over the Alps. Yes, it would be the Alps, wouldn't it? I love how great these trucks look when they're oldish. They could do with maintenance, and it would help Spiez grow. I do love that we've got indicators now. You can see them clearer with the shadows cast with this sunrise that we've got going on. It's great, isn't it? I'll put a link down in the description below if you do want to take some screenshots or even play with it on. Anyway, should we get on with it today? I don't know what we're doing today, totally. We are going to take a look at some issues we might have that we can fix. I think that's going to be key today, especially here. This is the first one, but it goes back a bit further, and that we can see right now. We might as well wait for the next train. Why not? It's not very often we do this, is it? No, it's normally work all the time. Oh, it does look great. It's fine being busy, isn't it? It's a 2-lane road going into a big city. What was that? Is that one of the express trains? The stopping express, right? Yeah. Yes, it is. And the oil train. It's a bit stuttery. I think we can accept it. And there was a plane in the background. Oh, it's marvellous. I do like the way it casts the shadows like this. I'm hoping when they switch to the Vulcan engine, they can address some of the issues that they have with DirectX. I don't know whether they're still using DirectX 9. Anyway, that's not what we're doing today. Talking about DirectX and Vulcan. Okay, bird's eye view of the crossing. You can hear everyone tooting the horn, and that's because we've got a bit of a traffic build-up. We don't have any public transport, barring, do you see what I mean about the sun? It does look nice. We don't have any fast public transport. We just have that one ferry going up and down Lake Tunisi, I think it's something like that, and that's why we've got this, and we can prove it by going up to here, checking the destinations. Interlaken, 87 people travelling by road. Interestingly, via public transport, we do have a few people from hard to reach places, no doubt, coming into Spiez and taking the ferry. There they go. They go up there. So between here and here, where we don't have a train currently, it's quite busy and probably still ticking over the money. Everywhere else where we're competing with trains, not so much. And likewise, we've got planes here. And there are people apparently landing here. What we got? Oh, that may change the state of play a little bit. We've finally got a more up-to-date EMU. And it's also the correct operator. I like it. SBB. We've still got a busy platform for our trains. Not quite as busy. This might be interesting now that we've got these new trains. In fact, shall we do that now? We can replace these. We can afford it. Our money is going up. Right, let's quickly change you. We want electric multiple units, and we'll use the two-piece set, I think. What do they carry? 34. And what do these carry currently? 57. So we'd need 2 of those. Well, I guess we could try with just 2, and then we could add to it if necessary. It would mean adding more power cars. Unless they're in here, we can add more. Oh, we do. This was mentioned in the comments as well. We can extend our tram without a power car. So we'll go and fix that. It'll be a little bit cheaper to run and make us a bit of money. So yes, that's in there. But anyway, should we get it on? We just want the two-piece set. Where are we? We are going to put the TGV on. More on that later. We're going to put this on. We get a bit of a refund, but we've got to make sure that we're not running full. We'll take a look at it. How many people are here? 21. How many people are on here? Okay, this might work. This would be great if this works. Do we like this, guys? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? With the sun, the sunrise we have in today's episode, in places, I told you, it looks great. We will find some less brilliant places, but it can be forgiven. So anyway, that's that one. What we need to do before we do anything else is change this one to a double. And I guess we could have them facing opposite ways. It should bump up the capacity and the rate. Let's check the rate first before you go doing anything. Yeah. I like the texture it seems to have added to the tracks as well. These are just the same default vanilla tracks. Nothing has changed there. But the better shadows as a plane lands behind us has given it a little more depth. I love it. And the sun shining on the roads, on the asphalt, and on the tracks there. It looks amazing. Okay, so let's remember this. We are going to be losing money. Let's see if that changes with our new one. I mean, it's kind of breaking even at the moment. Manage vehicles. We're going to replace these with a 2-car set and then a backwards 2-car set on the other end. So add that. Then we'll add that to the other end. I like it. Yes, it's going to cost us 37 million. But our money seems to be going up quite quickly. We'll take a look at these when they come down here. You can see our new service up there. Make sure they're not getting too full. We may need to do the same thing for that, especially when we go to Interlaken. If we're earning money as much as we did at the beginning of this episode, I feel like we could maybe do that bridge today. So what do we reckon, guys? These are lovely, aren't they? These new EMUs we have, and perfect timing. Right, so while we're watching our lovely new trains pull into their platform, which are about the right height for our stations. Oh, it's wonderful. I love it. The sun glistening off the front of it there. Yes, there was some discussion in the comments of the previous video about planes. And while I agree it's a bit of a shame that they are pulling passengers off of our rail network, since that's mainly what this is all about, as a plane comes in the background, I don't want to get rid of it. What I'd like to do is see if there's a tipping point further on as we get into more modern times. We're going to probably leave the planes alone. Those planes that we've got seem to do the job. We might take a look at some mods if there are some that we can use. But it'll be interesting to see if we can compete against aircraft. Because currently we can't, but that could be to do with our actual trains themselves. Yeah, the route, there's not much we can do, because either at the very start of this, if you're new to it, and skip the start of the series, then one of the hidden rules we've got for this playthrough is that the passenger network is realistic, or as close as, except for out this way as we're finishing up the passenger lines. But the entire line running to Italy is close. It's pretty close. Given our scale, it's the best I could do. And the map isn't 100% accurate either, so we kind of played around with it a little bit. But it's near as. I can see the oil train parked up in the background there. This is still busy. It's going to be busy for now. I do want to try the TGV, as I briefly mentioned earlier. So we're going to do that. This looks great, doesn't it? This sunrise. It's the first time I've used the mod. I had a quick look to make sure everything was visible and not too terrible, but I didn't sit here for long. I must admit, it adds a bit of beauty, doesn't it? Just even down here, it looks completely different. It's marvelous. I love it. More of this. More of this. I would kind of like an early evening one as well. Wouldn't that be nice? A nice orange sun setting. I don't know how that would look though. The lighting is a bit iffy. Right. How much money do we have? Okay, we don't have the money. I was going to say maybe if we've got the money we can go build something. We do stick over the edge a little bit here. Oh no, no you don't. No you don't. You were just waiting to pull out. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, we kind of clipped the station there. That's unfortunate. It doesn't really matter. It wasn't too bad, was it? How are you doing? You're not full. I like it. It'll be interesting to see the difference in running costs, especially with this one as well. If we go to the line, do we carry more? I think we do, don't we? We'll take a look at the line rate in a second. We do. 68 people now. That might start clearing the platforms a bit and offer a little bit of competition for our aircraft, because it's part of a longer network, isn't it, over to Italy. But it isn't going to happen overnight. well, it might happen overnight. It won't happen in this episode, I don't think, although we're down to 118. So anyway, we can't keep looking at this plane. How is our money doing? Not good at the moment. We must have a couple of big trains that are due to come in. I mean, we have this. We have the fuel train. That is, the frequency is much better. And in fact, should we check on stuff like this? We should really. We're still going to make money. Well, let's go to the line management here. Oh yeah, that's fine, isn't it? That's lovely. We'll see lots of that then, rolling in, lots of money. How are you doing? Now, see, we've overdone it. We've overdone it on the express. Could it be the planes that have caused the drop in passenger counts? Possibly. Could be something else. 2 may have been too many. It could mean 1 would be enough. But this is going to be changed to a TGV when it gets up there. We don't have to worry about the crossing, do we? No. Not just yet. It's going to cost us a fortune, because we're going to have to delete a lot of this area here, which is unfortunate, but progress. We're going to send this road straight and have a bridge across. We should have the height. We should have the clearance. We may need to go up a little bit. So yes, once he gets up to Tune, we'll change him over for a TGV just to see how it handles it, our network here. Now, a TGV is fine if you purpose-build a track for it. So not many curves, and even if they are curves, it doesn't drop the speed. And also a non-stopping, possibly a dedicated line as well, then it's a marvelous train. What we're doing with a realistic network and trying to squeeze on as much as possible, it's going to struggle a bit. There's a lot of stopping and starting, slowing down. We're not really going to get the most out of a TGV. I'm hoping that we get to the faster accelerating EMU soon. That would be great. I can't wait to see that. Is it the station picking up? They may have just moved over now that we've added these trains. There's the 2 EMUs there. Let's see. 100. That's picked up a bit, hasn't it? The Express is still doing okay. Both Expresses have kind of balanced out. That's rather nice. We'll see what happens when we stick the TGV on. We could go with the short one, I guess. It depends how many people really want to get on board. This is the... Yeah, this is going to Lötschberg, isn't it? We are clearing the platforms, though, aren't we? Okay, our Express is entering the station, so I'm going to cut short our monitoring of that local line. We need to let that bed in a little bit anyway. Let's get this swapped over to a TGV. Just to see how it handles our network. These tracks look amazing. We'll pause it as soon as, or stop it, as soon as it gets to 0-ish. There we go. 3 sneaky people got on board. Right, manage vehicle. We're going to do them both because I don't want it to mess up the frequencies. We can build these again. They're still available. But I want to balance the frequency and the running costs because I'm pretty sure the lines go by the slowest train, possibly. So the tickets will be cheap and the maintenance will be high. We don't want that, do we? Right, so TGV. We don't have a variation. We just have mega long by the looks of things. It is... What's the capacity? 144. About the same as our current Express. I best do it now. There are mods on the workshop where we can... We can't afford it, guys. Well, let's put an end to that. I'm not taking out a loan. Right, you best get going. We can't afford it. We need a ridiculous amount of money to be able to afford that. Can we do one? No, we can't even afford one. These are monsters, aren't they? We're never getting up to 300 kilometers an hour either. Well, we can go and sort out our tram while we wait, as we have the passenger version here, don't we? The non-powered version. Is it this one? It's not that one. Where are you? You're up here. Doesn't it look great with the sun? It's a bit glary, but that's realistic. Oh, did I not do it? It might have been this one then. It is this one. Right, manage vehicle. Yes, it's this one. We want to change that back one for this one. There we go. We get a refund for that. Perfect. That's better, isn't it? That's nicer. Just one power car. We'll see how that does for its rate. If we go on their finances. Yeah, we weren't making money before. I would like us just to break even. Would be fine. Are we going to get enough money today to do anything? It might be a case of we have to watch everything. We do have services. We're not quite just playing the game straight. We're not gaming it at all. Well, we are in places. We have to. Because we've got pretties. Functional pretties. But they're not the most efficient. They're not the most profitable at times. But they look great. As we dip into the red. Come on. We can do this. How many people on board? Yeah, 73. I think 2 of these is just too much, isn't it? I love the sound of these coaches. I really do. It sounds so realistic as it goes by. Let's get a nice view of it going across the bridge here with a bit of sunset on the river. Oh, the tree. The tree. Oh, here we go. Just here. Let's see. I would like to hear those carriages come by. Oh, it's wonderful. There we go. Our money's jumped up a bit. Perfect. What I'm hoping by the end of today's episode, don't just sit here doing nothing. Let's go and take a look at somewhere else. Some freight action. Why not? We've got to upgrade these as well, but that's gonna cost an arm and a leg. With the sun, it'd be over that way, wouldn't it? That looks lovely. Apart from the light posts in the way, it's fine. So what do you reckon, guys? How's the map? Are you enjoying it? I will update this on the workshop soon, so you get to play the updated versions. Probably after Interlaken. I'll put Interlaken in and then you can download that version. We'll also have the bridge in as well. That's going to be all together, so we might do it as one big chunk. I'm still a little concerned that we can't afford to buy anything, because the amount we're paying for everything around this map is ridiculous. Look how quickly that jumped down from 16 million to nearly 0 and then jumped straight back up to nearly 15. That's what situation we're at the moment. We just need a little bit of a cushion before we go spending. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? That was lovely. Did we ever upgrade this road? I don't think I did. It was mentioned. It should maybe be, I don't know, a road like this would be nice. We could go for the smaller roads. I know, I'm spending money again for something that isn't really going to make us money. Not that one. We want this one. How much would that cost us? Oh, not much. We could probably get away with it. Yeah, should we go with something like that up here? That kind of works, doesn't it, out here? It's a bit bumpy, but I would imagine that is how it would be in real life. I managed to miss this tiny bit. You can even see the texture on that. So different. Right, there we go. That's pleasant. Yeah, you're all stopping as I do roadworks underneath you. All right, back down here. What are you waiting for? Exactly. Are you waiting to be full? Yeah, you're waiting to be full. You're not holding anybody up though, are you? No, that's fine. I would rather you wait to be full. We're paying far less maintenance while it's doing that, for the same rate as it would be if we got this perfectly lined up and took some wagons off, but we wouldn't get the benefit of having a better ratio from loco to wagon, would we? So we can match the rate, pay less maintenance while it's sat in here. That's my theory on that. I do want to prove that in a video at some point, one way or the other. I'm happy to prove myself wrong on the whole, is it better to have trains constantly running or pay less maintenance while they're sat in stations? Because as long as the rates are the same, it's then just completely down to how much each one is costing you. I will figure out an experiment for that. I still want to do those, but probably not while we're in the middle of a series. It might be something mid-series, do a few of them. A few Mythbusters of sorts. Okay, how's our money? The issue I've got now is just waiting on cash. These are probably, I was going to say half empty, but it's absolutely chock-a-block. Perfect. We've got our new train up here. Should we get on board? I don't know what the cameras are. We've got that one. It's a bit flashy there. Oh, hit ahead. Right, what have we got? There we go. We'll take a little ride on this one, our new EMU. Now, here's a problem, right? The shadows don't quite work at certain angles in cab view. Good to know, though. Good to know. It might not be a problem at speed, but when it was slow, you see it was shimmering there. It's also kind of shimmering over in the distance there to the right. Yeah, all this picks up speed quite nicely, and it's full. I was going to say, it's really smooth on the FPS. It juddered, just as I was about to say it. It is quite smooth though, it's pleasant. I prefer this aesthetic, I will say that. It looks a little closer to real life, less gamey. Yeah, I do like it. Oh, I do hope that... I mean, I keep forgetting that this is a transport tycoon-ish type game. Say type again. But it's not a simulator, is it? No. It's City Skylines thing, not a city builder though. Just on the transportation side of things. Which I love. That it looks this good. It's a game I've dreamt of for a long, long time. If I would have had this as a young'un, I would have been... Well, you wouldn't see me. I wouldn't have come out the house. Probably a good job I didn't. Alright, we've unlocked big planes we cannot afford and don't want to put on the map. But they're there anyway, look. I did install them just in case I decided. But 893 kilometers an hour and 800... Oh dear. That's just ridiculous. We couldn't compete with that, and it's never going to get up to speed on such a small map. We'd need... what scale would be? 1.5? Scale? Yeah, probably something like that, and mega large. And then you could really have some nice air networks going on. And rail, for that matter. That would be an interesting competition. I know we're not doing much today, but the money seems to be bouncing up and down. I would like for this to be a thing. Well, there we go. That's a turnaround. Maybe. Maybe. Let's check on the airport, shall we? Is it still 130? No, it has dropped. Interest has dropped a little bit. That's what I'm saying. No, there's more people come over. It might be. It might be. The only way we're really going to find out is letting it go for another year, perhaps, on the date. Here it comes. Here comes our local train for local people. I believe these are making us a bit more money than the previous EMU we had. I definitely feel like that's a thing. Definitely. I mean, oh, I take it back. Although you're just pulling into the station. No? Did no one get off? That didn't seem to move at all. Has this ever made us money? I don't... once. Twice, maybe. There's a few, isn't there? But overall, it hasn't been great. Is that how much it's going to cost us now? 8.67 million to run. I'll take it. If it starts shifting more people out of tune, I'll be happy. Which... There we go, guys. There we go. Brilliant. We've got the rate now. We've got the rate. How is this doing? Does this get full? Oh, almost. That's awkward. We could have just one of these trains as a 2-car variant and 2 of them as the 4-car. That's a possibility. How are you doing? This hasn't got nearly as many people. It's already costing us an arm and a leg to run. Yeah, that's an issue, isn't it? When we had just one train, it was occasionally making some decent money. Now it's a constant loss. We just don't have the people on board. As we brought in the airport as well. No, we didn't. It was never really making money. I don't know when we brought the airport in. Can anybody remember? We could find out. That was 1975 here. 1978, I think the airport's really recent. Go here. Let's see, finances. I mean, this makes us too much money. So it carries us, pretty much. We want the rail to catch up a little bit. When did we bring this in then? Our first one would have been... it was 1975? Really? Really? 1975. But it wasn't very popular then, was it? No. Finances. 1976? Well, yeah. 1975. Guys, wow. That's been running for nearly 10 years. Game time. These are kind of busy, aren't they? We might be able to cut back on one, like I said. It'll also give it a bit of variation. I don't know whether we can colour them. But I sort of like them to run in the correct livery anyway. Since we have them. Is this ever going to make us money? Now that's fine. That's fine. Occasionally make money. Break even. That's okay. That's okay. considering how we're running this, well, the case is going to be is, oh, there we go, 60 million in the bank, guys. Can we do it? Can we get this built? It's going to cost us an arm and a leg, isn't it? We can queue it up. We might be able to afford to replace one of the express trains. I'm tempted to cut that service back just for the experiment. I mean, how many people are waiting here for it? Only 31. There's only 31 people waiting. And how many people waiting at Visp for you? Don't know where my voice went there. Not a lot. Most people getting on at Visp are using the stopping service. In fact, a lot of people are using the stopping service. Maybe we can just cut back on the size of it. It's not the most efficient of trains because it's supposed to be first class, but you can't change ticket prices. So we can't offer them incentives to get on and pay more either. They don't know it's first class. There's no like comfort rating or anything that they go by. So I think what we'll do is we'll manage these and we'll just change them to start with. We'll get rid of one on the back like that. That takes it down to 135, and one just before that car there, 120 modified. Gets us a bit of money back. It's now got a capacity of 120. I like it. We'll see how that does, guys. We'll see how that does. We needed to make a bit of money before we do this build. Not here. Where is this? Weizmann. Been a while since we've been here. This looks nice in the morning sunlight. Sunrise. There's the strangeness with the shadows I was telling you about. Once you get it sorted, it's fine. Like, you can sit there and it looks great. Just don't move, because it doesn't know how to do shadows. Oh, I want to upgrade you too. But you're just doing it, aren't you? You're just working hard. Hard-working crocodile. That looks amazing though, doesn't it? I must admit. It almost looks like there should be dew on the grass. Dew. Oh, my days. Do you know what I've not done? Yep, you've spotted it. I spotted it. We haven't changed our mint choc chip buses. Right. Upgrade these. Replace. Not those. I kind of want to put them on, but they just don't feel right. Perhaps these would just do us, right? These. What's the capacity of those ones we have on? We'll gain an extra capacity, that's it. I mean, I'll take it. There we go. Wow, they're bright. Especially in the morning sunlight. There we go, you got new buses finally. Could we calm that colour down just a touch? Just a little bit. I think it's like one of these mid ones. We could go maybe just one darker. I still want them to be garish green though. That's their colour out here. Not in real life. This looks great, doesn't it? But on our map, they've always been this colour. We could add maybe a new crossing here. Why not? And over here too. I know it's rarely used. It would be like a quiet crossing in the US where they wouldn't have these necessarily. But I guess in town you would, wouldn't you? You would want those in towns. It's a bit risky. Probably don't need it here, even though we do. No, you would need it here. Of all the places you would need it over 4 tracks. Goodness me, and on a junction. But I don't think we need to make a bridge or anything. No, 42 million. All right, we're making money. That's the good thing. I just like going over the map. Shall I use the keys to scroll over the map? There you go. Like that. That's pleasant. Not quite what I had in mind, but it's pleasant nonetheless. We could go along like this, couldn't we? There we go. If you use cursor keys, I think, is it slower or is it slower when you're lower? It's slower when you're lower. It's got a ring to it, hasn't it? We need to scoot past the station here. Oh, I love it. I'm really looking forward to that build if we can afford it. I don't think it's happening today though, guys. It let me down a little bit. I might have to let money build up. How is the traffic? Yeah, they're just backing up, aren't they? It's not terrible, though. It's moving. It's moving. Like, it'll be a bit knee-jerk to... if this was just straight-up great gameplay, I would not panic and start blowing money on sorting this out just yet. But we are going to head that way. In fact, I'll show you where we're heading. We're going to be heading this way. We can do it because they've started to build out here, and I would like them not to do that. We're going to be heading that way, and we're going to stay flat like that. So that's where we're going, and we've got some wigglies to do. We're more than likely going to have a little local station there as well, front of the harbour. But there you go. That's where that's going. Probably don't need this wiggle. Take that wiggle out. That's not needed, is it? Yeah, there's some bizarre wiggle going on there, isn't there? That is not required. Might as well tidy it up before we get going with the big build. That's smoother. Yes. So this train we have here, the ones we just updated, will more than likely updated or upgraded to 4-car. These, yeah, they'll be upgraded to 4-car. There's only 2 people on them. So this is kind of swings and roundabouts here at the moment, isn't it? But the money is going up. 89 million. There we go. Okay. Well, if we have a nice long cab ride and we replace one of our express trains, I could save it just to have a ride on the TGV and then undo it, and then we'll have an extra long ride to Domo from here, maybe. I mean, it's still got people on, hasn't it? It's still got people on. There's 106 people waiting. In fact, there's more waiting now. That may mean that this would have gained a little bit of acceleration and might appeal to the passengers more. What would the new trains do, though? The TGVs. Should we find out? If we can afford it. Alright, game is saved, so we're going to undo this. As long as we can afford it, I don't mind. Ideally, I would like to put them both on. We'll try that first and see if we can afford it. It would cost us 75 million. Right, we can do it. And I've saved it. So we can undo what we're about to do. But I'm sure you guys would like to look at the TGV. It is very short. I'm surprised. But there we go, guys. We have a TGV coming into the station. We just spent crazy amounts of money. Is it nice to see it in here? I think so. It's good, isn't it? It's good to see it. Who knows? It might make money. It might do all right on our network. People are getting on board. It's gonna have a decent passenger count on its inaugural journey. Should we get on board? See how it does. It's quiet. We can take a look at it too. There she is. We'll need to go up a bit in case a train comes the other way. Right, go out here. There we go. Oh, not down. Back. That's pleasant, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Right, shall we see what sort of speed we get? Shall we leave it there, then? Do you want to ride on it since I've saved it? We did want to take a look, which means when we load it back in, we had like 79 million to play with. For the start of our build, what we're going to do is prepare a new junction and a new piece of track south of Speets at the beginning. It's going to cost us a fortune in demolition fees. Mr. Failure likes to charge a lot. I don't know. I'll have to wait until I get the invoice. But yes, we're going to be bulldozing the lot around that junction and reworking it a little bit, and hopefully they build back out there, but with the slight elevation we're going to give it. It's needed. We've picked up some speed, although the one thing I'm worried about is we've still got that broken piece of track under the tunnel, so I might have to try and figure that out. No, I will have to try and figure that out. We need that gone, don't we? We are slowing. It's understandable. We're probably going to slow a few times. Like I said, this is not designed for a TGV at all. at all. But it picks up speed quite nicely. I don't think I've modded this at all. This is just vanilla. Feels alright, doesn't it? Feels alright. Let's see if we can't clear up that road as well. That'll be an interesting little experiment in itself. How empty will the roads get? Will it even affect the roads? Are they happy driving to Speaks from Interlaken? We're going to try and encourage them to do otherwise, and that otherwise is going to be get on our trains and pay us money so we can be millionaires. Rodders. Don't know why I switched into Only Fools and Horses. Who knows? Right, guys. I'll leave you with see how fast this goes. And I'll stop it possibly once we get to Domo. Depending on the length of the video. Thanks for watching. It's been a bit of a different one, hasn't it? Just enjoying the scenery. We're back to building when we come back, though. Back to building. A much needed project underway. Right, you're waffling. Let people enjoy the train. And the lag, apparently. So, really? You're going to lag like this as I say goodbye? Oh, I might pause it and try and edit that so it stops lagging. Okay. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.